everyone, and welcome to today's Drama Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. The winner for Character of the Week last week was Diane, with the honorable mention going to Curtis. And now let's get to today's recap. At Jordan's, someone is in Jordan's house, and it's Andre surprising her, but she pulled a gun because do not surprise the police commissioner in her home, even though he has a key. She had kind of forgotten that. So apparently they were supposed to meet at her place after work, so she should have known he was there, but she had forgotten. And he cooked dinner, and they finally seem to be, for realsies, back on track with their relationship. And he winds up accidentally knocking over the General Hospital killer file and sees the coin, the cufflink, and he recognizes it. So he knows the history of it, he doesn't recognize who had it. And they talk about the case since he has consulted on it before, and she has a feeling she knows who the cufflink belongs to. And are they just and he's, the murder is right under her nose, and I'm like, are they dropping hints it's Andre? Because it's not. It's definitely Amy, because I like Andre. At Perks, Kiki visits Morgan, and Ava sees them and is thrilled about it. And Kiki confronts Ava about attempting to recruit Dylan to break she and Morgan up. And this is the first time Morgan is hearing of this, but now Morgan's giving her a hard time in front of Kiki about not telling him about this, and Kiki's like, well, I know how you get about Dylan. So Morgan took Ava aside and basically stop trying to mess with us. And I was like, Morgan, if you're gonna take an issue with Kiki not telling you about Dylan, do it when you're away from Ava. The whole thing, you defend your people to other people, but if there's an issue, you talk about it behind the scenes. So some guy starts hitting on Kiki and is kind of being handsy about it, and he thinks just because he has a Bluetooth and makes good money that he's entitled to her time. And she's like, yeah, no, bye. And he grabs her again, and Morgan comes up and throws him against the wall. And can't say I blame him, to be quite honest with you. So Morgan steps on the guy's Bluetooth totally on purpose. I would too. Again, can't blame him. And then slams him into another wall. And Kiki calls Sunny and tells him to come down to Perks. The guy keeps threatening Morgan and egging him on, and neither of them are backing down. And I was like, this is bad. So Kiki tries to break it up, and Ava comes back and is like, is that what you want, Kiki? Is that what you want to deal with your whole life? Is that, is that what you want to deal with? And I'm like, okay, you could be helping, but, or not even, or just, again, just whatever. So Morgan does back down, and the guy's like, I'm gonna call the cops because you assaulted me and destroyed my property. I'm like, yeah, but you kind of totally deserved it. So the police come already. And well, the guy didn't even get the chance to call the cops yet. Apparently, before Morgan stepped up to throw him against the wall, he had called security or made security aware that there was a disturbance, and then security alerted the cops. So the police ask Kiki what happened, and they're going to escort the creepy guy away after they ask if they want to press charges, and they say no. And the guy's like, he destroyed my property, and Morgan's like, it was an accident. I'm like, it wasn't, but I'm not gonna take points off for that. At Casa CORINTHOS, the babysitter is running late with Avery, and Ava's planning to come pick her up. So Carly's like, this is great. Nell came for dinner, and Carly is slightly horrified that Nell is staying at the motel on Route 8 and took the bus there. And Carly wants to comp her at the Metro Court, and Nell's like, no, it's very important that I pay my own way. I'm fine. So the nanny brings Avery back finally, Deirdre, that's her name. And she compliments Carlys earrings and then makes a comment about wishing she could afford them. And I was like, nah. So Carly takes them off and puts them on the table. I guess since she's holding Avery and kids tend to grab earrings, that's the only reason. Otherwise it just kind of seems like moving the plot along. You'll see why. So Nell thinks it's really great that Sunny doesn't treat Avery as a pawn, because she's seen so many, as a teacher's aide, she's seen so many parents who just want to keep score for themselves that don't really take their kids into consideration. So Nell accidentally bumps Deirdre. Oh, so Sunny had left at this point because he got the phone call from Kiki. So Nell accidentally bumps Deirdre's purse off the table, and stuff falls out, and wouldn't you know, Carlys earrings were in there. So Deirdre says she doesn't know how they got in there. She has no idea, and Carly's like, yeah, you're fired, bye. And Nell seems really good with Avery, just as an aside, and Nell kind of gives her the benefit of the doubt, like maybe they fell in there, and Carly's like, no, they didn't fall in there, and I gotta be careful with who I trust. So if I don't trust her on day 1, I'm not gonna trust her on day 20. And okay, so just as an alternate theory, what if Nell put the earrings in Deirdre's purse, hoping that Carly would then offer her a nanny job? I don't think that's what happened, but it's just an alternate theory to what could have happened. I'm just throwing it out there. Did that cross anyone else's mind? So Ava comes over and gives Carly a hard time about the crying ex-nanny that left, and of course, like, I don't know why Carly felt the need to tell her that, oh yeah, I fired her because she stole something. Like, she could have just said it's none of your business, but now that's more ammunition that Ava has to give her a hard time. So Carly tells Nell that, you know, oh, and Nell's like, that's her mother? Like, yeah, you're right, she really does seem, you know, difficult. So Carly tells Nell that, you know, they used to be like the parents that Nell described, but, you know, Sunny's the one who saw past it. And then Ava sneaks into Morgan's bedroom. She doesn't go to get Avery, she's doing something else. Back at Perk, Seti arrives and asks if everything's okay. That's all I got. At Windermere, Liz and Laura talk. Apparently Spencer wants to go to boarding school in France, and Nicholas was setting it up while he was making his I'm gonna pretend to be dead plans. And Hayden comes in and won't allow Spencer to be sent away to school. So Laura said that Spencer wants to go. Like, it's not like they're just sending him off. He asked. And plus, Valentine, I did that again. Valentine being a threat, Spencer would probably be safer at school because it caters to the most elite families. And I'm like, wasn't Nicholas having financial problems? Like, how are you even affording to send him to France? So Hayden says that if Laura sends him to boarding school, she's going to lose him forever. So she said, Hayden says that Spencer's relationship with Nicholas reminded her a lot of her relationship with her father, and after listening to her reasons, Laura says, like, yeah, that does sound pretty much the same. And then Hayden goes on to say that her parents started fighting and he became very distant. $5 is because he found out that Jeff Weber was really Hayden's father, and they sent her off to boarding school, and she never forgave her parents. And her mother comes in and it's like, oh, I'm surprised to hear that. But it's different because Spencer's asking and, like, he's not being sent off. But anyway, so Hayden leaves with her mother. Laura thinks she's going to cancel her date with Kevin and her, you know, to have her first date on the same day as her son's funeral. Like, she doesn't quite know how she feels about that. At the Metro Court, Lucy runs into Kevin in the elevator and she hugs him, but he's still in pain because he was shot in the shoulder. And she can tell he's going on a date with Laura. So he doesn't want to discuss his relationship or lack thereof with her, and then he gets a text from Laura, and Lucy grabs it and reads it, and it's Laura saying that she may be late. So he asks if she's meeting someone too, since she's dressed up all nice as well as her, as well as he is, and she's like, yeah, Scott, and she hopes it won't be an issue. So he says, like, look, you cheating on me, like, I'm over it, it doesn't hurt me anymore. The only reason because he doesn't think Scott is good enough for her, but they want each other to be happy. So Hayden and her mother are having dinner, and Hayden says that Elizabeth is getting under her skin, and Hayden's mother wants to talk about Nicholas's estate. Apparently Nicholas' financials, it's not only that his financials aren't good, Laura was named the trustee, not Hayden. So it would take an international legal battle to get anything, and it wouldn't be worth it, and they don't really have the money to fight that. So her mother wants her to come back to the city, because she shouldn't be near Elizabeth. And now end scene. So Andre profiles the General Hospital serial killer. He thinks it's about power, that the person is arrogant, a micromanager, but charismatic. And Jordan jokes that it might even be him, or any doctor on the hospital staff. Laura shows for the date, and the waitress brings wine over. Was it wine or champagne? I can't tell, but it was like, maybe it was champagne. It was like the thing that you put in the ice thing, and then whatever. It might have been champagne. But anyway, Lucy sent it over. Liz is talking to Nicholas's picture. She misses him, and then there's a box at the door addressed to him. Hayden's mom, she's like, it's not just Elizabeth, it's all the people. Like, they're not gonna let you see Spencer. Like, you should just close the chapter and leave. Like, oh, sweetheart. That's not gonna happen. Not until, like, you know, the big reveal. Wouldn't it be funny if down the road Hayden and Elizabeth were like besties? Just saying. Kiki apologizes to Morgan for doubting him, and Morgan's like, no, I totally understand. Like, 3 months ago, I probably would have, like, punched the guy in the face, but he was able to think before he acted. And I was like, not for long, because Ava is now messing with Morgan's medication in his bedroom, and just, oh, not good. None of it's good. But in any event, thank you so much for watching today's video. Don't know what we're voting on this week. Don't have a feel for the week yet. Who knows? But I will see you tomorrow for more Drama Hospital, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!